A magnitude 7.2 earthquake struck about 250 miles outside of Tokyo last night. There are no reports of damage or injuries. A 2-foot-high tsunami hit a small northeastern town but did not cause any damage. According to CNN, the shaking lasted about 3 minutes. A 6.3 magnitude aftershock hit about a half hour later. So we're sitting here worrying about flooding, but there are much worse things out there.
Not quite as severe as Japan, but as Jacob Durr said earlier, a lot of floods could affect the Athens residents quite a bit. We heard from him once already in the cast. Jacob Durr, what's the latest?
Well, the latest is just about the same thing. First of all, let's start here with the flood watch lasting through Thursday evening. That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Athens, Gallia, Jackson, Morgan, Meigs, Perry, Vinton, and Washington counties. So our entire viewing area. Right now, those those rain showers are continuing. It's going to pick up throughout the day, and then tomorrow it should taper off for a bit. Let's take a look outside at our weather. The view from Court Street there, you can see it's definitely raining out. A lot of people in slickers, a lot of people with umbrellas. 44 degrees, so at least the good news is that it's not terribly cold outside. But that rain, again, is dampening everything. And the problem is, at this point, the ground has kind of been soaked and can't really absorb any more of that rain. So current conditions, humidity is 89%, wind at 7 to 10 miles per hour, pressure 30.05 inches, and visibility for about 5.5 miles. Taking a look at the almanac, the daily average is 48, so we're right around that point. 28 for the low, but we're not even going to get close to that. The record high was 77, and the record low is -2. Sunrise was at 6:50 a.m., and the sun's going to set tonight a little bit before 6:30. So the days are getting a little bit longer. And just to note, don't forget that Sunday daylight savings time begins. So set your clocks forward an hour before you go to bed Saturday night. Hopefully, if this rain gets out of our way, we'll get an extra hour of sunshine to enjoy in the evening. Let's take a look around the state here. The cold area is definitely Cleveland at 39 and Canton, with Toledo at 42. But it's really not that much different from the rest of the state. Cincinnati's at 48. Dayton's a little bit cooler at 47. Columbus is at 45, and Athens is about 44. So most of the state's got pretty temperate weather. Let's take a look at the Ohio radar, where you can see a lot of weather that we're looking at here. You can see this orange part here would be a mixed, wintry mix, which we're in the clear for. The temperatures are going to stay up throughout the day. But this large mass down here is definitely going to take the next 24 to 36 hours to move on through our area. Those yellow spots are the heaviest rain, which we can see is kind of getting out of the viewing area right now, but it is going to continue. Take a look at the national radar, where that's moving off to the east coast, that low pressure system. But you can see it's moving very slowly there. We're not going to catch the tail end of it down here, where some of the heaviest rains are going to hit the south. But it is going to take a while for rains to move through in general. If you're planning your day here, the good news is that it's not terribly cold out. The bad news is you're probably not going to want to go outside anyway. At 3 p.m. it'll be 46. It'll actually warm up before the night, before you go to bed tonight. But again, because of the rain, it's really not it doesn't quite matter anyway. And fortunately, it's not going to get too much colder than that overnight. Temperature will be at 41 degrees, and that rain is going to continue. It's not going to get much heavier, and in fact, it'll even begin to taper off tomorrow, where that high will be 47 degrees. By tomorrow evening, we should be seeing light rain, nothing too terrible, and by that point, again, that flood watch will have been lifted. Taking a look onto the weekend, Friday, high of 45, low of 37, and those showers, they're going to continue lightly. Saturday, we're going to get a little bit of break in that. It's going to be mostly cloudy, high of 55. Sunday, there's again a chance that rain could come back, but it's looking like it's just going to be mostly cloudy, high of 47 and low of 27. Although it's going to be a little bit cooler into the earlier next week at night, especially. The sun's actually going to come out a little bit, so we might be able to enjoy daylight savings time now.
So just keep an eye on that flood warning.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep an eye on the flood warning. Keep in mind that because the ground is at this point completely soaked, with that flood watch, keep in mind that because the ground is completely soaked, at any time roads could be, additional roads could close and conditions could change pretty rapidly.
Thank you, Jacob.